All right, everybody. Jason for here, Realist News. Got a special guest on today. Probably looks a little different than the last guest I had with this particular company. This was the Wild crypto token. Before the ICO came out, I was talking with a guy named Frank from there, and we chatted a bit. And I wasn't real sure if I wanted to talk about Wild crypto just because it had kind of something to do with gambling and all this. I'm like trying to keep myself holy. But I thought, you know what? It's legal. You're going to be doing it in a legal way. Other people do it. There's billions of dollars in this industry. If my subscribers can find something that interests them and it makes them money, I thought to myself, who gives a crap? And that's what they were saying to me too. Who cares if, it's like you're promoting drugs, Joe. Come on, it's stupid. It's a token. I'm like, all right, you're right. So, I talked with Frank and stuff. And anyway, so I was speaking with him recently, and he's telling me, hey, Joe, there's been some interesting news coming out with Wild Token. You may want to tell your subscribers, he said, but honestly, you probably would be better talking to our CEO, William, and that's the gentleman you guys see right now. His name is William Trentini, and he's just going to this isn't going to be a long video, I don't think, but just a few updates, and as usual, I'm trying to do stuff in advance for my subscribers, and I got a sneaky suspicion Wild Token might be going up in value in the somewhat near future. So I'm just going to say that, but I'm going to let William take it away. So what is going on with Wild? What's on the horizon? Some exciting news. What's happening on that side of the world?
Yeah, thanks, Joe. It's good to be with you tonight. Appreciate the time and the effort. So yeah, Wild Crypto it's really coming up to the great launch date. So in a couple days, we're going to be launching on February 1st. And that's, for us, we're keeping the promise of launching it about 4 months after the token sale happened.
Yep.
We put in a lot of work here. We still are we're pulling in 16 to 20-hour days this past week to get everything right. We had a little bit of a pre-launch testing phase where we have got a lot of good feedback from users that tested the platform for us. So we've been working hard to get all those details done before the launch. And it's pretty exciting. We are definitely with big smiles, with deep eyes as well, from not sleeping enough. But we're pretty excited about this and where this is going. So.
Now everyone knows. You should be if you're watching my channel. You should already know. Wild Crypto's done pretty good. I think it came out at somewhere around 10 cents or so during that ICO phase when I first talked to you guys about it on the channel, and it's been up to like $1.50, almost $1.60 in recent times. Of course, like all cryptos recently, they've all fallen back down. But, I mean, it's been between 50, 40-something, 50, 60 cents. Seems like a pretty good floor around 50 cents on that thing. And even if you look at that, I mean, it's 5 times its value. And here you guys are getting ready to release your platform. So usually in the crypto world, whenever that happens, tokens tend to really spike and shoot up as the platform comes out. More people start using it. It starts going live, and the whole world hears about it, and next thing you know, you got a flood of people coming over. But one of the things we were just talking about before we started recording was the potential for this token to be listed on some exchanges, quite possibly even a major exchange, which we can't exactly talk about per se. But you've mentioned one thing that I think we can say, which is you feel pretty confident it's going to be some more exchanges that will be listing Wild, and at least one of them should be a pretty recognizable one. Is that a fair statement?
It is, yeah. We've been working feverishly to get on some major exchanges because we understand liquidity, it's a key part of getting a successful token out. So obviously big exchanges tend to take some time to enlist you. So, and it's not always a very straightforward process. You don't get feedback that you think you should be getting, customer service don't tend to be one of their major attributes,
So basically, what you're telling me is even on the business side, what we deal with on the consumer side of exchanges is I got a problem, support ticket, you're waiting forever, they never reply. Even on the business side, it's not exactly fast either.
No, exactly. So it is a bit frustrating when you're kind of in a hurry because we always been running to get this out as fast as possible, and when you get a little bit stuck, and with such an important part of the business, which is the liquidity part of it, it's a bit worrisome, but we got to carry on and just do it. But we're very confident we're going to be getting a major exchange in very soon. Right now, we're listed on 4 of them. One is P2P.
Yep.
And several other smaller ones are coming online as well. And as time progresses, I'm sure as we launch a platform, I think that should help our process of getting onboarded into some exchanges. So,
Excellent. So I guess everything went smooth. I remember Frank was telling me, they had, because there's certain places in the world where you got to set up to do this kind of thing when it comes to whether it's gambling or betting and trading and things like that. You guys got
yeah,
all of that stuff taken care of. It went pretty smoothly because I remember from day one, Frank was telling me, "Look, we're gonna be ready by like January. We're gonna really try to push to get it done." I gotta tell you, you guys pretty much did it, and that's a huge accomplishment in this space because usually you're used to hearing there was a delay, something happened, or whatever regulation got in the way, and we have to change some things, or whatever it may be. And Frank was just
yeah,
adamant. We're gonna cross our T's and dot our I's on this, and we're gonna push through. So I was pretty excited when I saw Wild Crypto come out and get listed on a couple of exchanges, and right off the bat, I mean, not on day one per se, but pretty quickly it came out and went up in value. And a lot of people, that's all they care about. Oh, what's it worth today? But it's like, I didn't just get into cryptos just to find out what a token's worth and make money and leave. Like, I see this changing the world in all aspects of life. So it's like, guys, hey, I love y'all, and I love that we get to make money together. We want to see all these cryptos going up high in value, of course. But look at what they are actually doing too. Let's give them a little credit over here, not just to make us money and call it a day. It's nice to see antiquated systems and the way we've done things over the past decades even being modernized onto the blockchain. So that's always a cool thing. So is there any other additional info you want to share with anybody?
Yeah, it is. It's interesting. I mean, once we launch, we're going to be selling the Wild token on our platform pegged 100 to 1 to Ether. So 100 Wild tokens to 1 Ether. So if you bring that to today's market, we're looking at roughly $10 a Wild token. Yeah. Today it's trading at around 50 cents. So
yeah, let me stop you. Let me stop you for a second.
Yeah.
Because I study cryptos and I would know. I'm pretty sure I know where these things are going. Everybody listening, what did he just say? It's 100 to 1 with the price of Ethereum. Does anybody out there listening right now think, just maybe, Ethereum's going to be $2,000 before we know it, like in the near future, which would mean $20 tokens when they're $10 today. And again, on the exchanges, they're a fraction of that, which is still great because it's still 5 times the lowest it's been lately. It's still 5 times greater than what we got. So I'm just thinking, hey, anyone sitting on Wild tokens, and again, pro tip from Jason at Ford, all my subscribers, I love you guys. Where's the price of this token going to go in the near future? Right. And I mean, I'll say, I know sometimes you might say, like, for example, if it's 100 to 1 with Ethereum and it's, let's just say Ethereum's $1,000, that means $10 Wild tokens. Sometimes things don't always work right to where it's exactly the, 10, or in this case, 100 to 1. But most of the time, when you see some of these other platforms out there and they're trying to do something similar, where they try to peg it to something, usually the worst case scenario is that it's close, even if it doesn't work out fully. But of course, I got faith in you guys anyways. I think you're going to do what you're saying you're going to do. I mean, you're going to peg it. You're going to peg it. You guys are in charge of that. But again, I'm just thinking of where it could go from 50 cents, I guess is the main point I'm trying to make here. Where does everybody think this thing's about to be going in the near future? Probably pretty darn high. And if you don't got your Wild tokens by chance, or you sold off already, you might look at getting some. Again, I'm just going to say, just going to throw that out there, people. That's not him saying it. That's me saying it. So please continue before I cut you off.
Thank you. No, thank you, Joe. Appreciate making the point. It is an interesting opportunity at the moment because, cryptos have had a little bit of a bloodbath recently. So things went down and it's simple math, right? If we're pegged to Ether and we're going to be selling these at this ratio, at this rate at the website, at the platform, that's the practicing rate that we have. We're not going to sell for more or less. It's always going to be pegged 100 to 1. That's fixed forever. And we have a limited supply of Wild tokens, which brings me to a point that's important to point out here, is that our current circulation is 24 million as listed on CoinMarketCap. However, in truth, there is 45 million as the true tokens in circulation. For some reason, they didn't update that information correctly, which we'll get that fixed very shortly as well. So the actual full market cap for us is almost double of what's being showing on CoinMarketCap.
Okay.
So that gives you also a little bit of a different view here of the reality of what's going on. So um, also, when we bring on our platform, we're offering some lottery games, some instant win games, and some slots, and even a little bingo game. And these have very good odds of winning here. When you look at regular lottery, like the UK lottery, for example, and we have here an truly international lottery, so we have to watch where we're stepping in terms of legislation. So it's kind of complex. But if you compare to the UK national lottery, we have odds of winning the jackpot of 1 to 156 million. And what we're practicing in our lotto is 1 to 12 million.
Oh, wow.
And the reason we can do those better odds is because of a lot of, the taxation issues and all the extra costs the governments have to run it are just not existing here. In fact, we are a token. We're not even legal tender, right? So
Yep.
as you gravitate and you stay in the crypto world, you don't get pounded with these extra costs, so to say. So we can do much better odds. We can go for super high jackpots. We have all these. The remaining 55 million tokens are strictly for the platform use. We are self-insured for all the prizes, so we have enough tokens to pay out all the prizes and jackpots that we put out, which reduces our operating cost as well because of the insurance. And eventually every token comes to the platform, right? That's where it gets used. The utility is to be used at the platform. So eventually the tokens will find their way back. And even the tokens now that are trading at 50 cents or $1, their price will tend to go up in the market because there's a little bit of arbitrage that happens. I don't know how long they'll last, if it's a few weeks or a couple months or maybe just a few days. We're selling at 100 to 1 and the market is practicing, a 20 times lower rate. Eventually people are going to start looking to buy cheaper tokens in the market, in the exchange if they can, but that's going to run out quickly.
Right, because who's going to be, I'll raise my hand because I have those tokens and I know a lot of my subscribers do too. Are you guys going to be relinquishing your tokens at 50 cents, $1, $2, $5, $6 when you already know they're selling them for $10 a piece? Why in God's name would you ever even think of doing that? Right now, there's going to be some people out there who may not know this. They've just been buying tokens, don't have any idea that this guy's on my show right now, that he just gave you some epic information out there. And they're just going to sell, they're going to make $3, $4, whatever it is. Oh, yeah, I made it. And then they're leaving, not realizing where the potential price really is going to go for this thing, which is why I'm a big time what we call hodler. Instead of, maybe you're familiar with that term these days, hodler, hold on for dear life on our tokens, because we tend to get rid of them early thinking we made a killing. And I keep telling people lately how kind of upset I was on Populous token because I got those things another, 30, 40 cent, whatever we paid when it came out on ICO. And I'm like, oh, it's up around $5. I'm selling all of them. I had 9,500 of these tokens. I sold them all. And I'm thinking, yeah, I killed it. Made a huge, huge profit. Only to find out it went to $70 recently.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, again, here's wild. At 50 cents, I'm up 5 times. It was up to $1.60 or whatever it was, 50, 60, 70 something recently. That's a whole bunch more times. And that ain't, I'm here to say, everybody listening, patience is a virtue. This could be another one that all of you people listening to me right now, including myself, we knock it out of the park again. We just got to be a little bit patient. Like he said, is this thing going to, level out price-wise in a few days, in a week, 2 weeks, a month, 2 months? The market's the market. That's what's great about a real true market. The market will tell you how things are going to go. And whatever the market says the price is, that's what the price is going to be ultimately. But I got a sneaky suspicion, like he just said, as their platform starts getting used, people start signing up, people are playing games, all over the world come in, there's only so many tokens. And while at first they may be able to go to these markets, these online exchanges where your tokens and my tokens are, let's say, and get them a little bit cheaper than the $10 price, how long is that going to last? And those of us selling are going to say, why am I selling so cheap when they got to pay $10 to get them? Everyone should just cancel all their orders and sell them at $10. That could literally happen. So I'm just trying to prepare some of you guys for this. And even at right now at 50 cents, I'm just telling you, if I didn't have any right now, I'd probably be loading the boat me personally speaking, in anticipation of where this is going to go over the next week, month, 2 months, whatever. So I had to say that. I had to get that out of the way because it was killing me.
Can't make it any more obvious than that, right?
That's it. Yeah, if I'm cutting you off, I got to get it out right now. I got to say what I've got to say because these people need to hear this. Because they'll get mad at me if I don't. Joe, I didn't know that was going to happen, or I didn't know. I got to be real clear and let these people know. But the good news is we've got a few more days before your exchange or the platform goes live, and then we're not talking like beta. It's going live, like it's ready to be used. Correct?
That's right. Ready to be used. Exactly.
So you heard it.
Yeah, so we're going to be at the ICE, Totally Gaming in London, next week. So if you guys are anybody there and would like to chat, we're open for that. And looking forward to a lot of good networking and spreading the word on wild crypto. So it is very exciting. It is. These are two industries that come together. Crypto and e-gaming, which have huge potential. If you look at the gaming industry worldwide is over $260 billion worth, and only 4% of it is e-gaming. So on the internet, the electronic side is only 4%, and the projections are for this number to reach up to 35% of overall gambling. So we're riding a cresting wave for gambling or for e-gaming in itself, and you combine that with the cryptos, so it's quite explosive. So get ready for a wild time.
Yeah, speaking of wild crypto, get ready for a wild time. No kidding. No pun intended. That was truth.
Yeah.
Get ready for a wild time. Cryptos are crazy. I mean, they're up, down, roller coaster of epic proportions, but they're generally going up. It's new technology. I was just reading an article a few days ago to my guys on YouTube, my subscribers, about Russia, the parliament. They're trying to push forward a bill now to create basically the crypto ruble currency.
Yeah.
I mean, how much more in our faces does this stuff have to get before people really understand crypto's not going away? This is the internet. This is like the new internet, being born, or the the new tech, tech stocks coming out into play. Everyone getting in at 50 cents on these tech stocks. Next thing you know, Google's $500, $600, $700, $800. Amazon's $1,000. Someone with put $1,000 in many years ago is now got $500,000 kind of a thing. And that's funny because cryptos do that. A bunch of them can do that right now. You put a little bit of money in them, and they double, triple, quadruple in no time. And I'm just pleased to say that. I mean, I'm like looking back right now as I'm talking to you in my mind, like, man, I almost didn't promote this one on my channel just because I just gambling and stuff. But I realized, man, pretty quickly after talking to Frank, and he gave me the whole future view of what you guys were really going to try to do. This wasn't just gambling. Like, I was like, okay, this is a lot bigger than I thought it was. And that's why I was like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and promote this on my channel. Like, I can't now. There's some potential for my people to make money on this. So the bottom line is you guys have already made money. If you got into Wild, you've already made money. You're already doing great. But just hold on a little bit longer because I think really interesting times are coming.
Yeah, and don't sell all your Wild tokens at once. Once the price gets to $2 or $3 or $5, and it will have to come up and meet the rate that we're practicing on the platform. That's the gap. So the arbitrage will last a little while. All depends how many people will get and get going. But sell slowly, sell in pieces, and don't sell all at once. Even though it looks good, I guess if you do it, you're fine. But you can maximize your profits as it goes over.
Yeah, you don't want that's good advice for any sell-off that you might do on any crypto. When you have a bunch of them and you dump them, you do risk moving the market a little bit depending on how many you have and what the volume and stuff is at that moment. And normally you sell a little bit so that the price doesn't really move. And I'll tell everybody, when I had Veritasium and I sold my Veritasium, I think at the time, because ETH was about $300 or so per ETH, and I ended up getting like 300 and something ETH. So I was like, I did all my sell orders, and then went onto the exchange, onto onto Gemini to get US dollars in exchange for my Ethereum. And even though there's a whole bunch more Ethereum out there than Veritasium was at the time, I still did an order of 30 Ethereum, and then sat back. Okay, it dropped to 2 cents. I'll wait 30 seconds, a minute, it's back up. Do it again. I slowly fed into the market. So I'm just he and I are giving you all a little bit of advice of when you go to sell stuff. You don't just do a giant order. You got 300, ETH. You don't do an order for 300 ETH. You sell a little bit in the market. That way you're not pushing the market down. You're going to capitalize the best on that. That's all we're saying here. So
That's
does that about cover it,
That's
William? You
right.
got anything else you want to add?
I think that's good. I think that was excellent. Appreciate the time. Thanks for doing this. And get ready for a wild time. Very soon we'll be out there. So we're also leading a strong marketing campaign to go along with the launch. We wanted to make sure we had the platform right, remove most of the bugs, before we just started directing traffic. So we're gonna have a big blast out coming up here to support the launch as well.
Excellent. Well, anytime you got any interesting news, maybe you want to break about Wild or perhaps some other ICO or something in the future, just contact me and let me know. I'd love to talk about it on my channel.
Excellent. I appreciate that. Thanks very much. We'll definitely do. We'll
All
keep
right,
in
take
touch.
care.
All right.